Okay, 1960 Land Rover Series 2 109. Exterior comments. Starting here right at the front. This has clearly been bashed out with a hammer. I believe it's repairable. It's not Bondo. It's been sort of tapped out. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a crinkle in it. It has hit something in the past. Not too bad. I think it's repairable as is. Let's see. The bumper is a military unit, I believe. I had it powder coated black. It's satin, I think. It does have the space for the hand crank, so that's good. I had these shackles made for this flat towing triangle to match a Jeep I had. The Jeep is long gone, so buyer gets the triangle. It's not very valuable. This plug is for an onboard trickle charger, which I leave it on. I'll show you in a minute on another video. Otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. These have been replaced by the previous owner. Clear and new-ish. Nothing remarkable here. The brake master cylinder, I believe, has been upgraded, and I believe that is why the top of this fender has been cut. Those are pop riveted hinge, so you can get it back and access that newer version of the brake master cylinder. It has been repainted, so note that there's paint on the rubber here. This rubber is pretty at the end of its life, but luckily for me, I don't like it when they whoop, hang on. Part 2 of exterior. We were on paint. It has been resprayed. I believe this is the original color, but the respray did not go over all the galvanized, which is good. I hate it when they do that. This hinge has been replaced by me. That's a Series 3 part with the mirror mount close to the wing. The mirror is an aftermarket Jeep unit that has nothing to do with Land Rovers. Comes with if you want it. I believe I do have the replacement here, the original. Not sure, but that's a Series 3 part. There is sorry, back to the front left fender, there is a bit of a bend in it. That a body man could fix that without any filling. Just needs to be heated up, I believe, and get out. It's hard to see on the camera. There is a little bend there. Nothing remarkable about the driver's door. Passenger door, driver's door functions normally. Passenger door functions normally. Requires a bit of a slam. The lock is on the right side, indicating to me, I believe this was originally a right-hand drive car. I think it's been converted. So there's no lock here, it's on the other side. The previous owner replaced some of these. He started replacing some of the window, the weather stripping. It's not a complete job. I don't think it's great, but there you go, it does function. I believe this to be the original rubber. Safari top's in great shape. Nothing remarkable about the left rear quarter panel other than a very small bend there. The back has been hit in the door at some point in the past. I don't know if you can see it. This is right here. There's some Bondo right in there. You can kind of see it because this door is not a sharp edge. You can kind of see it right there, and there's a crack in it going like that. So that's been Bondoed right there through there. It's not terrible. I've left it. These are easy to replace. The rear bumper unit's in pretty good shape. No rust. That's good. Very small wiggle there. Not much. I'm assuming that when this was hit, by the way, this is pushed in about, I don't know, a 1/4 inch, and that doesn't mean much other than the door card, the card that goes on the inside is not quite, doesn't quite fit. So this needs to come out about 1/4 inch if you were going to go original. This is all in very good shape. No problem on the drip rails. Drip rails are still galvanized. Door opens and closes as it should. No problem. Lock is intact. I don't have the key. Right side, this is not completely straight, but not damaged either. This is all unremarkable. Left rear door, no problem. I'm sorry, right rear door. This is the right front, no problem. There's the lock on the right side, indicating I think that this was a right-hand drive originally. There's a little, this is not, none of this is completely straight. That's not completely straight, but you know, not damaged, ripped, or creased. It's really just a little wavy from use. That is all I see on the outside. Okay, going to the 1960 Land Rover Series 2 inside front seat area. The door card here is missing. Those are easily replaced. Window lock unit is fine. Window's in pretty good shape. The little, you know, this is an unrestored Land Rover, so that little channel felt is not in great shape. Pedals look, you know, they're unremarkable, I think. This floorboard piece is aluminum. I believe it to be a replacement. Heater does work, no problem. Your right shin will never be cold, I promise. This is a non-original key, non-original turn signal that I had installed, non-original choke. I had all that installed both to run it and pass inspection. Original key goes here. The Series 2 keys are difficult to source. Series 3 and 2A will fit. Headlamp switch, non-original. The odometer shows 56,279. I have no idea if that's correct. The window wiper units are the dual motor kind. They don't function normally. They try and function, but they need a refurb. The headliner board, this headliner board I believe I have that goes across here as a spare part. The headliner itself is all intact and original, which is rather remarkable. It is not perfect, obviously, but it is there, and if you wanted to recover it, the basic framework and dimensions are there. Top right sill is elephant hide, which is original to the car. I think it should be replaced and reordered along with the other front one. Note on the seats, I replaced the seats. These seats are Defender. It's a Defender part. I did it because I wanted my children to have the shoulder belts, so they all have shoulder belt installed with, this is a Defender piece right here. It's been black powder coated by myself, but that is mounted with grade 8 bolts, 1, 2, 3. I think there's a fourth one, 4. Sorry, there's one up here too. So that's a Defender part. That's the way the Defender mounts, and should be pretty good, making this safer than an original, but not original. This is a Tuffy box, complete with the radio unit. That's where the radio should go if you want. I didn't get around to it. That's the front seat. Okay, 1960 Series 2 Land Rover rear seats. Entering through the passenger side door, no door card. The black is some rust treatment that I did. I took off all the, there's some surface rust on here. There's nothing rusted through. It's all fine. but I hit it with a wire brush and then some rust converter just to keep it stable. This is not hooked up right now. That goes there, and that's original piece. There's the seat belt runner, which is mounted as described in the front seat video. These seats are Defender seats as well. The original, of course, has a bench seat. The bench seat is available, or it comes with. I'll show you in a moment. But those are all Defender seats. The left and the right one have shoulder harnesses mounted with Defender hardware. Strong bolts 1, 2, 3, and that was for my kids. Wanted it that way, or I wanted it that way for them. Also mounted here, Defender hardware, stout bolts. It was done by a guy who's a safety inspector for a racetrack for the local club races. He's pretty good, and I trust him. The floor mat is not original, obviously. As you can see, this is an aluminum piece, no rust, obviously. I believe this black is original. That is it for the rear seats, other than to say the middle one is lap belt only. In order to get a shoulder belt there, you would have to mount a bar all the way across the back in order to have a mount point. I didn't want to go to the roof. It's not that strong anyway. So that was a compromise. If I really wanted it, I would put a bar across. Okay, the rear cargo bay area, 1960 Land Rover Series 2. Not much remarkable here. This mat is not original. It's not a Land Rover part. I cut it from an exercise mat, cut to size. But it shows this is in pretty good shape. This is the original galvanizing, I believe. This seat is original. It's been sandblasted and powder coated to my spec. This is the original elephant's hide back. That folds up fine. The little toolbox is fine. Got some spares, which I hope I'll never use, in there. That's aluminum. That rust-ish color that you see is coming from some tool that was stored there long ago. Needs a respray, but it's in fine shape. Body's straight, no problem. The other side is treated the same. This is powder coated per my spec, no rust. You can see this is a door card, a card that I cut to size. I'm going to reupholster that myself eventually if I get around to it one day. But that's the cut I made. If you mirror image that to this side, this was discussed in the outer video. This right here is about ½ an inch too far that way, so it's been hit at some point in the past and needs to be just shoved out just a little bit. So that's out of alignment. But otherwise, all this stuff's in pretty good shape. Good view of the continuous headliner.